Okay. So this is interesting. This is kind of going along the lines with what I expected to see and what has been coming through with the other readings and my weekly energy reports. So because patience came in reverse, this is how it came out. This tells me that perhaps there's a level of excitement about what's going on in your lives. Maybe it's like, okay, let's go. Let's get the party started. Let's get started on our plans and our intentions, and let's go, go, go. Because that's what Aries energy is all about. It's all about forward movement, motivation, inspired action, creativity. It is that fire energy. And with Geminis, I mean, you all are an air sign, very charismatic people, very engaging, very excited, you know, very motivated. So I can see where this will create resistance with patience if what you're seeing is not coming through quick enough. But you're on the path right now, right? You're definitely on the path of where you need to be. And you continue to allow the changes to happen because you will experience blossoming, okay? But there is some resistance here. And this can probably go along with patience, you know, just the fact that maybe you don't like the way that the process is happening or how it's playing itself out. So all good things, just flow with it and allow the changes that need to happen in their own divine timing and in their own divine order, because you don't want to rush anything, because that could create obstacles or it could impact how you manifest your goals, ideas, and intentions and relationships and things like that. That could impact it, or you can call it in incorrectly and you may not get exactly what you wanted. So, all right. So that is a theme for the next 2 weeks. Have patience. Know that you're on the right path. You are blossoming, calling in abundance, and just try not to resist the process. Flow with it, okay? All right. So let me move my giant. This is my rose quartz that I like to charge my tarot cards with. So we're going to do a 5-card spread, and we're going to see exactly what we've got going on for the next 2 weeks for you all. Okay, Gemini? Ooh, I'm telling you, these cards are very active today. They are literally flying out of my hands. They've been doing that all morning, and I feel like this is going to continue throughout the remainder of the day. Gosh. Okay. Maybe I just need a better desk. Okay. Interesting so far. So coming out for you as a major arcana is the Silence card. And that is the 17, if I can read the Roman numerals up right. Which is I believe it's the Moon card for the regular tarot deck. Some people see it as the Pisces card. So perhaps, Gemini, some of you are dealing with Pisces in your lives. But in this reading, it is all about getting silent. So settling down, going within yourselves, and receiving, you know, the intuitive messages that you need to receive. Which is interesting, because we're seeing that, I mean, you're resistant to patience right now. So some of you may be feeling like, okay, hurry up, you know, when am I going to manifest what I want to manifest? When is this happening? It's not coming in quickly enough, but you're being called to get silent. And it did come out reversed, okay? So there may be some resistance, and we saw resistance in your weekly theme card is maybe it's a resistance to the process. But there may be some resistance to settling down, slowing down, and going within. But I think that's what's going to help you call in what you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to bring into your life right now. We'll take this one. Okay, so Gemini, let's see what we got. Ooh, okay. Wheel of Change. Silence. Bottom of the deck is We Are the World. This is beautiful energy. Okay, let's get started. You have the Silence card, which I want to say is the Pisces card in the regular tarot deck. This is about tapping into your inner intuition, trusting your gut, trusting your inner knowing, tapping into the divine spirit energy, aligning yourself with your spirit guides, and opening yourself up to hear the messages that you need to receive right now, because you are going through a change. This is the 10 card. This is a major arcana card as well. And this is the Wheel of Change in the regular tarot deck. Because it came up reversed, this is about maybe potential bad luck could be on the forefront. This is about karma, starting new karma. So make sure that however this change is coming in, allow it to happen, because you don't want to, like I was cautioning earlier in your theme cards, you don't want to call in or manifest something incorrectly, okay? So be careful with how you're using your energy right now. Two of Water. This is friendliness. Perhaps some of you are, and this is reverse, so there could be potential conflict or friction with partners. This is all about partnership. And this can be looked at in several different ways. It can be about friends. This can be friendships. Maybe there is some strife and struggle there. This could also be business relationships and, family relationships. But most importantly, if this is about romantic relationships, this is about pure love. Really, this whole card it's about love, the type of love that you give to those who are most important in your lives. This is pure, unconditional love. And if this is for a romantic purpose, this is about taking off the definitions of a relationship, the constraints, the restrictions, the requirements of a relationship. And it's just about loving your partner, loving the other person from the most purest sense of the definition. It is pure love. It's the highest form of love. So I want to talk about this upright. This came out for one of the other signs that I just did, and when this comes through in a twin flame situation or a soulmate situation, a lot of people feel like, okay, we're in this great relationship, we love each other, the next step is marriage. Is it? Because when people are in that mindset, they're approaching their relationship from a point of fear, right? It's about like solidifying the commitment. It's like, we have to get married because that's the end all be all. Okay, sometimes that may not be what's best for this relationship. Maybe it is just a firm, solid commitment, knowing that your beloved just loves you for who you are. And maybe it doesn't have to end in marriage right now. Maybe it's allowing the relationship to be as it needs to be, and allowing the twins and the soulmates to come to an understanding of what feels right to them. This is about creating your best relationship from a place of non-judgment, from a place of maybe detachment. Because when we're attached is when we create fear. When we're attached, it's like, I'm going to lose this person, blah, blah, blah. We got to get married. We got to do this. We got to make it official. Well, when you're doing that, you're blocking the love. You're blocking the growth of the relationship, because relationships grow and evolve over time because the two people are growing and evolving. So with that, the dynamics of the relationship have to shift. So if you're imposing fear restrictions or fear-based restrictions, it's going to impact the growth and the beauty of this relationship. It's going to impact the true essence of the love that's being expressed. So I feel like this is what needs to be discussed right now regarding relationships, because this is friendliness. And, in romantic situations, there's passion, there's love, there's sex, there's excitement. All that fades. And when it's gone, What are you left with? In real solid relationships, it's a friendship. Two people who really love each other, and the relationships that last and have the staying power is because they're friends at the base. So maybe this is about you assessing, are you friends with your beloved? Could your relationship withstand that change? You know, when the passion and the fire and the excitement is gone. Because when that's gone, it's just two people. Will you like each other then? So I don't know. This is something interesting that you all have to think about, because you are really being called to get silent, and you're going through a change. So that could be part of that. Some of you may be isolating yourselves literally. This is about becoming stoic. This is about freezing out your emotions. This is about not wanting to acknowledge what's there. But the image here is an Iceman where he's actually warming up. He is allowing the rainbow tears to flow. He is allowing himself to feel, to process, to cleanse. So sometimes, you know, a good cleansing cry is what's in order. And don't be ashamed of being emotional, Gemini. I'm not saying to do it out in public, but, you know, when you're alone and when you're thinking about the transition and you're thinking about your life and what you want in it, allow those feelings to come to the surface, because you just don't want them to bottle up. You know, you have to let them come out. You have to get it out of yourself, because if not, that energy, that just collects as blockages literally within your body. And that becomes part of your shadow. And then that becomes part of the filter and how you view the world. That becomes your world perspective, your world view. And if it's negative and if it's blocked because unprocessed emotions, that's what creates imbalance in people. And that's what creates emotional unavailable people, because they haven't processed their wounding, they haven't processed their emotions, and they haven't had that full release that they need in order to clear themselves of this negative energy. So don't become the Iceman. Allow your heart to open up and to warm up and to process what needs to come out. But crowning over this is the source. This is the Ace of Fire. So you, once this change happens, allow it to happen first off, so that way it's not reversed. Because when you do, this is the ultimate creative power. This is the energy of your solar plexus. This is what's going to hurtle you into your new life. This is the source of the energy that attracts people to you and attracts opportunities to you. And this is the inspiration, the source of the inspiration that gives you that life fire energy to create what you want, to be the person that you want. Bottom of the deck is we are the world. You are fully supported. You are connected. You are connected with people. You are connected on all various levels. It's just reversed. So don't doubt it. Don't rush it. Allow the transition to happen as it needs to happen. Okay, Geminis? So I hope that resonated with you and made sense for those who needed to hear the message. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers. This is the Untamed Oracle deck. I'm also going to do a 5-card spread. What this does is that it allows us to identify any dualities and synchronicities between the two readings. And this kind of acts as a confirmation of messages. It's like saying, yes, that is the message that you need to hear. Or, hey, here's the message, but here's a clarifying point about that. So, and it's untamed. So some of the messages come out in a really interesting way. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out for you. One thing I want to say while I'm shuffling about the relationships is communication. I can't remember if I talked about this in the beginning of this video, but right now, Aries, Mercury has gone direct and Mars has moved into Gemini. Okay, first card. It's a 10 card. Self-care. So with Mars in Gemini and Mercury direct now, this is a perfect time for communication. So if you're having conflict with partners in whatever fashion, people are more receptive to hearing what you have to say, and you will be more articulate in your delivery. The only thing is that it's a two-way street. So allow the other person, reverse. So allow the other person an opportunity to speak their piece, share their perspective with you, because sometimes this is not about you just always being right and saying what you need to say and that's the end of it. It's about a shared conversation, an exchange of ideas, an exchange of perspectives. Okay? So allow that to happen right now. Harness the energy, because it is supporting right now conversations. And more specifically, because we're in between 2 Libra full moons, we have a lunar cycle to really evaluate these relationships and fix what needs to be fixed or release what needs to be released, okay? What's going on in between these 2 Libra full moons is that this is literally a point of who makes the cut in your life, who stays, who goes. And it can be a permanent cut. It could be a temporary cut. But if it's temporary, it's to allow people, both parties, to grow and to up-level, because you're up-leveling right now. And, you know, you are stepping into your truth and your power. And perhaps the other person, the other party, is not doing that right now. Or they're vibrating at a lower energy, which is creating the friction. So this separation, if that is what you are intending to do with that particular relationship that you see is creating problems, that could be what's happening. It's just that because you're up leveling and vibrating up here, maybe they're not. And with cleansing conversations and with everything that you're experiencing here, maybe a temporary separation, few weeks, few months, whatever, will allow that person to rise up to meet you energetically where you're at, and you will have a more harmonious and balanced relationship. And again, that can be with romantic partners, that can be with business partners, family, friends, whatever. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind with what's going on right now between the 2 Libra full moons. Okay, so we have some cards for you. Bottom of the deck is Manifest, reversed. So we are, like I said, you are in the wheel of change right now, and there's some resistance, which is impacting how you're manifesting. Okay, and you don't want that. And I talked about that earlier, during the reading, was just cautioning you all just to be careful with how you're presenting yourselves and how you're allowing the energy to flow. So center is 10. This is all about self-care. So slowing down, getting enough rest, hydrating yourself. This is literally, it's showing an image of plants and, buckets of water to water the root, water the plant, take care of it. So maybe some of you are feeling really stressed out. Do something nice for yourself, maybe a quiet evening at home, watching a movie, ordering some takeout. What also helps, if you're feeling frenzied, is a nice cleansing salt bath. I'm a huge fan of the Himalayan pink salts, and it's great. It's great for just clearing all the crap out of your aura, because even though you may be self-caring a lot, you're getting enough sleep, you're eating well, maybe you're hydrating well, working out, but you're still like off, because you are off right now. This is coming out in your reading. You're out of alignment. A salt bath. There is something about the ions in the salt. They are, so I think it's not sodium chloride, but like the salt, sodium chemical sign, it's Na+2. That +2 charge has a reaction with the water. And since our bodies are primarily water, it helps detox and literally bind to anything that's in our bodies. It does have a cleansing, it has a cleansing effect, literally. And this is scientific. So it does have a cleansing effect and detoxing effect to pull out any heavy minerals and things that are just stuck because it has that +2 charge. So it's literally doing that. It's a chemical reaction that's going on for you. So salt baths are great. They will help change you from this to that. You come into alignment. You need to align yourselves spiritually, energetically. Get in touch with your higher power. Ask your spirit guides for assistance. Tap into the divine power to receive the messages that you need to receive. Maybe do a yoga class. Yoga is wonderful for realigning the body and realigning the chakras. Lots of breathing. Because all this is going on, you have fulfillment here, but it is reversed for the reasons why we're talking about. The same thing with abundance. You have the abundance card as well. So, Geminis. Oh, and partnerships. Reversed. Okay. And I just talked in depth about love and, the friendliness card and just sort of what that means. So I don't want to go back into it again. I think I gave a pretty thorough explanation of what that means and maybe shared some insight and guidance on how to approach your relationships from a different point of view and allow it to grow organically without any restrictions and guidelines. But, you have to slow down and allow the process to work because abundance and fulfillment is here for you. It's here. Partnerships are here for you, but you're blocking. So let go of the control. It's ultimate surrender. You are in your manifestation power, but it's blocked. Okay. This is great that it's coming in right now because this is cautioning you. That way you have the insight on what you need to do about it. Okay. But this is overall a very good reading. It's a matter of just turning these upright. That's it. And then you will have an amazing life. Everything you want will be fulfilled. You will be in abundance. Your partnerships will be right where they need to be, and you will experience the purest form of love. Okay? So it's all there for you, Geminis. All there for you.